Hola mis amigos, yo soy Rachel and we're back with another episode of Major Minor. Where we last left off, Rio sent us to Earth, me and Keela, and Keela doesn't remember our good time on the other planet, which I don't remember the name of right now. So sad. But let's see how it goes. But as soon as we take some steps, the media is upon us. They're countless in their numbers. It appears that they're trying to block our entry. They hold their microphones out, waiting for answers. Hey, HD, do you, by any chance, sleep with Keela? What? No, this is my friend. He taken me out to a Lucky Maid Cafe. Oh, Maid Cafe, see? Okay, I'm done with that.
It's the Lucky Two!
Hey, that's the news reporter from last night. He's the one who reported the death of Clace.
Contest winners, we need to talk. There are some allegations going around. They say it's just for publicity. Taylor, do not engage the press. They will try to scare you into talking. But legally, they can't get in our way. Just keep walking, and they'll move. That is, if they want to keep their careers.
He glares at Fukumoto as he says those last few words. I'm sorry if I mispronounced anything in the game. I'm terribly sorry.
Perhaps we'll talk again later.
He slowly backs away and blends into the crowd. Ooh, so scared. Akron must intimidated him into submission. But it was for the best, and I'm thankful. Thank you, Akron. Thank you. I wouldn't have known what to do on my own.
Follow me, and do not engage. Singe will tell you the truth of things, and you don't want to say something stupid.
I nod, as I find his counsel invaluable. Yes. We keep walking, and I make sure Keela is in tow. Inumi is following us as well, completely unfazed. He must be used to the limelight by now. Being Clace's brother, he get lots of attention. I look back at the limo. A large crowd blocks Jade's attempt to leave. I feel sorry for her. She's stuck with the press. She can handle it. She's a talented, beautiful girl. She can handle it.
Not used to all these eyes on you, eh?
No, I'm not. It's stunning. Come on, take a picture. Oh, get my good side. Oh, my other good side. Get my penis. Wait, whoa. Calm down. Get my other good side. Not at all. As soon as he says that, it hits me, and a sense of anxiety starts to rise within me. As if I was being watched. It could be anybody here. I ask him if we can walk faster, but then I get another text message. I pull out my phone with extreme apprehension. I'm unable to display a calm composure. I'm sure I could play it off as a fear from the crowd. Akron has no idea what's happening on my end. Worried, aren't you? Good. Okay, now it's very clear that I'm being followed. And they're close enough to see me worry as well. I scan my surroundings, but everyone is watching me. They certainly picked the perfect time to watch. That's creepy! It'd be so strange if it's someone from the other planet. If it's Rio, wow. But if it's Mare, come on Mare, don't trick me like that. I never be able to tell who it was in this crowd. I start to panic, and cling even closer to Acheron, and give him a gentle nudge, pushing him to move faster. He seems to take my signal and thankfully obeys. It isn't much longer until we get inside. We promptly greeted with the illusion of safety.
Until...
I take a large breath as soon as we get inside. For some reason, it feels like I'm safe. It's odd how one door can make such a difference. Inumi scurries away as soon as we get inside. The windows are dimmed, so it's not too bright, but this bodes well for someone in my situation. If I was being watched, they couldn't do it now. I stand relieved, in a lobby with Akron and Keela.
You did a good job out there. You were overwhelmed, but that's normal. You handle yourself admirably.
And then what we see the next day, breaking news! Some dude managed to have intimate relationships with the security officer. More information later. Or something like that. Thanks. If only you knew I was actually worried. Actually, perhaps I should tell him. He'd be the last person I want to hide this from, and he'd probably know exactly how to respond. I mean, he is our security. He should know if we're in danger, so he can make measures to keep us safe. I'll wait until I can talk to him in private.
I want you two to wait right here. I'll go find out where Singe is. Do me a favor, and don't wander.
He walks toward what I assume is the reception desk. I turn to Keela and ask him if he's okay. So far, it's been impossible to get a read on him. I know he's prone to zoning out, but this is unreal. I'm good. Just overwhelmed. I mean, what are the odds of this? Nothing has gone our way since we got here. We'll get involved with the media now. They'll probably even dig up our past. I'm not really cool with that, Taylor. Breaking news. Squirrel and other person have intimate relationships as the contest winners. Besides, now being involved with Clay's death. More on this later. Luck is definitely not on our side. Tell me about it. He's right. This is supposed to be luxurious. Our every dream was expected to become a reality. Saying that this hasn't happened is an understatement. It went south in almost every way imaginable. I tell Keela that everything will be okay, although I don't know who I'm trying to convince. There are a lot more on my plate with the fate of Terra, so I simply say we should wait until we talk to Singe. Yeah, you're right. Of course I'm right. When am I ever wrong? He turns away and starts to inspect the lobby. It's rather massive, and it doesn't look really foreign at all. In fact, it makes me feel at home. Very modern. I know straight away Adakron's behaste. Instead, I look at the TVs attached to the wall. They're all playing a news report recorded earlier. Fuck that, let's change it. Let's play some PF4. Let's play some God of War. Hell yeah. I'm down. Let's play some Necopara. Fuck yeah. I don't know. Must be a story of interest to Tokyo citizens. As a few moments pass, I realize that's true, but it happens to be of the greatest interest to me as well.
Hello, Fukimoto here. I've been lucky enough to snag an interview, right here on the streets of Akihabara. This is very spontaneous, people. Sorry for any background noise, but I'll think you'll enjoy our guest.
This guy seems to get around. Are there no other news reporters in Japan?
She's arrived in Tokyo a few weeks ago, but she's been under scrutiny ever since. Well, we're here for the real story. And we'll get it from the woman herself. Everybody, welcome Maxine Armstrong.
Maxine?
The CEO of Armstrong Incorporated.
Maxine! Maxine! What are you doing here? What? This game confuses me more now.
It's my pleasure to be here, Fukimoto-san.
It's that woman I've run into multiple times. Does 2 count as multiple? Didn't think she was special enough for her own report.
For those not in the know, Maxine came...
Please, call me Max.
Very well, Max. You came here from the United States. Hey. But nobody knows the real reason why. This has made a lot of people uneasy, given the nature of your business. Chemical and explosive weaponry, right? Some would say you deal in war.
That's actually incorrect, Fukimoto. Armstrong Incorporated desires protection. We sell an item that is useless on its own. Our products are a security measure. Any other use is the buyer's fault. We provide a means, not anything else. We have a very thorough selection process. Clients are given mental health exams. We ensure that the client is fit, you see. The tabloids always exaggerate things, but you're no stranger to that yourself. I want protection for everyone, not war. Many of our clients are government suits, but celebrities are within our realm too. If a weapon goes off, it is only to protect. It's easy to make it sound like I'm bad, but the weapons I sell guarantee safety. It's not my fault if they are misused.
Oh, I see. Thank you for explaining. That's an admirable mission statement. Your parents will be proud of you, Max. But can you understand the unease? Some people are scared of your presence, especially since you're keeping secrets. But now, Japan is your audience. Do you have anything to say? Something to put us at ease?
Unfortunately, I do not. My purpose here is confidential. However, no harm will come to your citizens. My presence here should put you at ease. I offer the most advanced products possible. I could even stop these midnight deaths.
There you have it, folks. Max is here to stop the murderers. An amazing goal. Bravo, Max.
That's not what I said.
That's all we have time for today.
God damn you, news reporters.
But rest easy. We're all safe. Armstrong is here for a noble purpose. This is Fukumoto signing off.
God damn you, news press. Making my girl Max look like she's the hero. But she's not here for hero business. She's here for priority business. She's here to... I don't know why, but she's here. Not to save Tokyo, but just to help make Tokyo safe. I'm guessing. Whoa. That was pretty heavy. I've heard of Armstrong Incorporated before, but this was my first time hearing about its owner. I never would have thought that it was her. I'll have to talk to her about it if I see her again. She did express interest at getting to know me better. Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Maxine, if you want to know me, I mean, we can get some alone time and get to know each other personally. I see the Acheron is on his way back. Hopefully, now we get to meet with Singe. I was dying to hear an official statement about this. I await our next move as I walk towards my friends.
Hey, thanks for staying put, you two. The conference won't start for a while yet, so we can go and pass some time upstairs. Renting this place must be expensive. Singe pockets go pretty deep, it seems. Well, anyway, I guess we should go. Those people outside are really loud. A headache is the last thing I want. It should be more quiet upstairs.
He starts walking towards the stairs. Me and Keela follow him without question. I guess it was almost instinctual. If he was our protection, we need to stay close. And that's what we did as we ascended the stairs. We'd leave the frenzy of the media behind us, but unfortunately, not for good. That doesn't sound good. It was quieter up here, just like Acheron had hoped. He pressed his back against the wall and watches us. Then he scouts around, looking from left to right. He definitely has a good vantage point from there. Keela leaves my side as well, and tries to find a seat. Eventually, he situates himself in a nice leather chair. I see a lot of familiar faces around this room. Rook is using his tablet, and Anumi is pacing around. But then I see some not so familiar faces, although I feel like I recognize them from TV. Is it the lady with the Goku hair, and then the dude that I sounded like Goofy that one time, but not in a good way, if you know what I mean? It's almost like everybody important to Clace was here. Maybe they were just as clueless as I was about this. I guess it wasn't the only one who wanted some answers. If it isn't long before Rook looks up from his tablet, he notices me and starts to walk in my direction. I wonder how he was handling all of this. Hey Taylor, nice to see you, mate. I'm assuming the new guide is Acheron. Too bad the last guard just ran off. A shame about that. It would have been nice to meet him, to know what he was doing the time of Clace's death. Ran off. What does he mean by that? Anyway, no beating around the bush. You're here, so you must know the truth. Last night, Clace was murdered. I know this. He says it in such an emotionless way. It's hard for me to tell if this has even bothered him. Instead of prying, I tell him I did know the truth. I saw Fukumoto reporting live on TV past midnight. Oh, Fukumoto? I hate that guy. He stretches the truth almost every time. Like he did with Max. Oh my god! It's news reporters. I hate them. You like Red? You're a communist. I have no idea how he got that job. He twists words, like the tabloids. I'm surprised he works for a real station. That's true. I did see this interview with Max. I let Rook know that he tried to interview me as well. You mentioned that this was all a publicity stunt. That's a goddamn lie.
Of course he mentioned that. Listen, don't take him seriously. You'll learn that pretty quickly in Tokyo. But the general population loves him. Honestly, I'm not able to see why. He's just a sham. A sensationalist.
That word. Big words. I love big words. I can pronounce them so well, it makes my commentaries seem so much better and me seem like a more intellectual person. It was harshly worded, but had some wisdom.
Since you're just getting ready, it shouldn't be much longer. Maybe we should go to get to know the crew. Everyone is still shocked, of course, but some friendship might help them. And uniting is what we need to do right now.
Rook turns his head and notices someone approaching. It's a fox with a guitar, and he steps with purpose.
I guess Rocker is the fine place to start. He's definitely a knowledgeable man.
Oh, Rocker, that's his name.
Wait, a compliment from Rook? Wow, it must be my birthday.
Don't flatter yourself.
Hey, you're the one who said that.
He bows to Rook as a gesture of respect. Then he does the same to me, wearing a large smile.
Sorry, I'm not one for shaking hands, but with much respect, it's my pleasure. I'm Rocker. Nice to meet you, Taylor.
I hesitantly give him a bow and introduce myself too. I hope this is the same voice I used for last time. I'm pretty sure it is, but I might be wrong.
Oh my, a sacred Taylor, I don't deserve that.
Come on, Rocker. Not right now. No need to make his day any worse.
This is very important though. Taylor, that was an incorrect bow. You went far too low just now. A bow like that is for an apology, or for addressing someone of status. And I mean, especially high status. Furthermore, your back was bent as well. You should always try to keep it straight. A crooked bow can be seen as disrespectful. Try remember this simple fact. To most, a 15-degree bow is fine. Around here, it's called an ishaku. It's meant for equals. And I don't mean to rag on you, but I hate for you to offend someone.
This is my signal to leave. I don't need one of your famous lectures. I've heard way too much about Japan now.
Rook gives him a very crooked and low bow, as if to mock the entire lesson Rooker just gave.
I'm surprised he didn't scare you away. And if I were you, I would have run. He can be really rude without knowing it. He thinks he's joking or something, but it always comes off as crass. He's not the best at social interaction.
I can tell. Regardless of my feelings about Rook, it was true. In fact, Rocker's lesson was refreshing. He did it to legitimately inform me about bows, not to judge or berate me, like Rook would always do. I thanked him and tried to give him a bow he explained. 15 degrees, with a straight back.
You catch on fast. I like that. We'll get along just fine, Taylor. I know we have some spare time before the speech. If you want to hang out, feel free. Of course, you'll be meeting Shock too.
When he says the name Shock, it all becomes clear. Shock and Rocker were Clace's lead guitarists. They performed some of the most legendary solos. I'm starstruck as he walks away, almost in disbelief. I've heard lots of their music, and it was awesome! But here he was, talking to me so casually. If I knew who he was at first, I would have panicked. But both Rocker and Rook had a very good point. I had some time to waste before Sidge's speech began, and there were so many interesting people up here. I'd love to get to know each and every one of them. Well, I already knew Rook and Keela good enough, but Akron was still a mystery, as was Inumi. And Shock and Roker were quite enticing as well. Hanging out with a rock star duo would be awesome. Unfortunately, I couldn't hang out with all of them. I stay in place, contemplating my next actions. Who should I hang out with to pass the time? Do we chat with Akron, our security guard, who's trying to keep us safe, and then if we hang out with him, we might become more buddy-buddy, and then he might give us a little more purpose for him to protect us. That might make sense. But if we chat with Shock and Rucker, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to chat with the people who knew about Clace. And if we chat with them, we might get a little more information before Singe tell us what's going on. Okay, let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Well, okay. I decided to go spend some time with Shook and Rocker. That was what I won the contest for, after all. The ability to spend time with celebrities, even though the situation was less than ideal. I would actually like to hear what they have to say. They were certainly close to Clace. Rocker seemed like he was holding up okay, but wondering how Shock was taking this. I was also hoping they might play me some songs, but given the circumstances, I highly doubt it. It's like the memorial of Clace in a way, and you're telling them to play some songs like Rock Out! I don't think that's gonna work. As I walk towards them, I make eye contact with Acheron. He nods at me before resuming his lookout. It isn't long before I make it to Shock and Rocker. However, I seem to intrude upon an argument. Oh, well then. Oh, perhaps I could have picked a better time. Your voice.
You're talking nonsense, Rocker.
I think that's his voice.
Why don't you think before you speak? No offense, but it makes you look stupid.
It makes perfect sense, man. You're just too daft to understand.
You calling me stupid?
No more than you've already done to me.
You should know how smart I am. Clay's lead guitarist can't be dumb. It takes a certain level of intelligence.
But I'm his lead guitarist, not you.
They both take deep breaths and turn to greet me.
So you're the fanboy, right?
Shock, they're not a fanboy. They're our honored guest.
Yeah, right. How much did you spend on Popstar? You must be quite the rabid fan. Look at all those blind devotion.
Shock, don't be rude.
Shock, you're a dick. Just from the main starting of me interacting with you, you're a dick. I could have hanged with Acheron, but he's busy protecting us right now. So, that's what I think I didn't remember. He's watching over us, so I went to chat buddy way with him. I might distract him, and someone else might come up and just murder us all. But talking with you, you're a dick. I'm just a noble fan. Nothing more, nothing less. Why do you gotta be such a dick?
It's true when you think about it, Rocker. We earned our spot beside Clace, right? We didn't buy a red carpet to walk in on. Clace was a person, like anybody else. You can't buy his attention, Taylor.
Well, you do make a good point, Shock. I apologize on his behalf, however. He's prone to believing he's always right. This is what he really meant to say. He appreciates your devotion to Clace. Him and Shock were childhood friends.
Childhood friends? I guess it goes deeper than I thought. Shock doesn't seem to be too affected by the murder. In fact, he just seemed like an all-around jerk.
And I'll go and apologize for my own actions. You walked into on an argument between us. It's rare that I get heated up.
It's true. Rocker isn't the one for arguing. Hearing him raise his voice is rare. In fact, I forgot what our fight was about.
We were talking about living on after death. Specifically, how I think it's possible.
You mean like zombies?
No, Shock. Not like zombies. Let me explain it this way. Maybe we can convince Taylor.
Great. I love hearing things twice.
Well, if you'll let me begin, there's no need to be a jerk about it.
Alright, go on then.
Well, I know Clace is gone and all, but it's possible for him to live on, especially in his possessions and art. Shock seems to think that his death is final. A little hypocritical if you ask me. He's been chugging pump stars all day. The sales of those things are likely going to inflate. Not for the reasons we would want, of course. Stars are given lots of posthumous coverage. It's childish to think that Clace is gone. He would live on in so many ways.
I disagree entirely. Clace is gone for sure. All of that stuff is superficial.
Then what about his albums? People will be buying them in droves.
Previously recorded albums, you mean? Clace will never sing live again. All that's left of his memories of the past.
You can live on in a memory. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, you can't. That's stupid, Rocker. A memory will never replace his voice. It's a mockery of what we lost. If you really think memories suffice, then you weren't close to him at all. Nothing can replace the real thing.
That's not what I meant at all. I didn't say it would have to replace him. Just keep his memory intact, you know?
No, I really don't. All I know is Clace is dead. He's not coming back, and that's final. You can sugarcoat it all you want, but that's what they call denial. He's outlived by commercial trash.
I didn't mean to strike a nerve, but musicians like that tend to live on. Sometimes, even after centuries pass. I don't see Clace being any different. He has fans to carry on his legacy. Come on, Taylor. You got my back here, right? No one is gone if we can remember them. At least, that's what I like to believe.
How can you stride with that? Dead is dead, and that's a fact. Legacy is not an apt replacement. It'll just make the company more money. They'll milk his death for more profit. That's what happens when anyone dies. You're with me on this one, right?
Well, personally, I do agree with what Shock says. I do agree with everything he says. But I do not like his attitude. And I don't like using his voice. It hurts. So, just for the sake of me, Rocker, you're right. I feel a little odd being put on the spot like this. If I had to side with Rocker, it best projects my personal views on the matter. I don't want to be anything but honest with these two. People are often outlived by their contributions. Clace would be immortalized in his music and merch. I doubt anyone would forget about this anytime soon. Shock was far being too emotional about all this. It's not a bad thing, however. He was close to Clace, so he has every right to be.
Guess I should have expected that. I've always been a loner in this regard. Nobody shares my opinions anymore.
You could never expect a unanimous support, especially not on this business. People flip-flop all the time, Shock. I hope you don't think less of us, Shock. We're not teaming up on you or anything. We just happen to share an opinion.
No, I never thought you were. I never expected Taylor to side with me. I mean, nobody knew Clace like I did. I'm not hurt or offended. It was the expected outcome. I just wish there was someone like me. Someone that knew the real him. Then his legacy could be honored correctly. Either way, we shouldn't waste time arguing. For once, I'm choosing to end the fight. Don't act all surprised, though.
Oh good, thank gosh, my voice. My throat hurts so much.
I'm a little surprised, actually. You usually fight until you're winded.
I don't think Clace would approve of this. He wouldn't want to see us fighting at all. I mean,
We're on the topic of honoring him, so we should think about what he might want. He'd hate it when we fought, after all.
Fair enough, actually. If he weren't here, he'd stop us both, just like he usually did.
Maybe that's why it went on so long. He wasn't here to get in the way.
I guess he'd keep us in line, especially during our most popular fight. Like, who's Clay's lead guitarist was.
I know, right? It's pretty clear that it was me.
Hey, that's not true.
Oh, jeez. I laugh softly and turn away. It isn't long until they act as if I'm not there. It seems to be clinical, with the two of them, arguing, making up, and arguing again. It was almost like a sibling dynamic. I wasn't about to take sides in their current fight. They were both extremely talented guitarists. It's like arguing was their way of showing affection. Isn't that nice? If they hated each other, they wouldn't hang out. They clearly found some sort of enjoyment in this. Perhaps I'll get to learn more about them after. At least, I have to split them up first. I don't think I could get anything out of them both. They'd get caught up in some sort of fist fight. And that's where I'm going to end off this episode. I would go longer, but I seriously need a break with my throat. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hasta la vista, baby.